KCB, Kabras in the final. What else is new? And water is wet. And
Yep.
wheels around.
I agree, yes. Water is wet. You could also have said they might as well get a room, but yeah. They basically have dominated Kenya 15s rugby
Yes.
for the last, however you call it, however long if you think about it. This is maybe their generation. Kabras especially have been really good since they finally got promoted. Last year, remember, Kabras beat them. 1919, we showed the pictures of the dances after that in Ruaraka. Kabras were really happy to get one over them. Then, of course, 2021 was the other way around. Kabras were leading, if I'm not mistaken, and then KCB just got this momentum and they turned it on and they won it. But all in all, I guess it's the perfect matchup, as much as we are maybe too used to it now, because the two of them seem to meet each other all the time. But Kabras have been to every final since 14-15 season. And I think that's incredible. When you think about this is a team which 20 years ago was non-existent. For them to reach a final every single time, every single year since 14-15 season, I think it's incredible. Of course, they've won it how many times? 3 times, 16, when they beat Impala, 22, when they beat the Oilers, and last year when they beat KCB. And they are an interesting team, Kabras. You know, they're not your typical Kenyan team. You know, they got a South African coach, they've got a Fijian-born Kenyan, they've got a Ugandan. There's things about them.
They've got a South African as well in the squad.
There's just something about it. They have a different vibe and feel to it. And maybe they're an example of what you can achieve if you put your money into it. If you put your money and your focus and your
proper
dedication.
Investment.
Yeah, I think they show you what you can achieve. Of course, it's you know, because it's not your traditional big giant. No, they've just come in, elbowed everyone else, and now they are sitting atop that table saying, you know what, for you to be a Kenya Cup champion, you've got to go through us. So wonderful team on that side. KCB again, 8-time champions. We all felt like a year ago they were maybe getting to the end of a cycle, but still they're back in the final again. Can they win it? Winners in 15, 17, 18, 19, and 21. Can they win this time? Who knows? But it should be a good final. That it's in Kakamega, I guess, adds to the spice because now KCB are not home. Because
of the arrangement of the league is that the team that was ranked at the top, that's the team that will host the final. So obviously playing at obviously in Kakamega, it favors the host side because you can imagine the energy. We're able to see the scenes there on your screens right now as they faced off. That is, of course, the game against Kabras and Nondescripts. It just tells you that the 12th, is it the 16th man?
The 16th man in
this case. The 16th man is very, very crucial for Kabras Sugar. But I think also another big talking point for Kabi is the fact that next season, teams will be going to South Coast. They'll be going to Diani. They'll be playing against the South Coast Pirates because they have been promoted to the Kenya Cup. So that will be an interesting one, having a team from Kwale.
Yes, it adds to the away games. It adds to some. There's always something good about traveling away for a game, whether it's Kakamega, whether it's Kisumu, whether it's Mombasa. And it's also good to see, I would call it really new ground, but new. Yeah, it's not often you think about rugby, other than when you go for the Sevens tournament. It's not every time you think of, is it Driftwood? Other than when you go for the Sevens, it's not every time you think rugby and you think Mombasa. So it's good to have a Kenya team. I hope they stay up. You know, I hope they are competitive. I hope they take advantage of their conditions, because the conditions in Mombasa are not the same as the conditions at RFUA ground. Yes, and the heat, especially the heat. The heat, the humidity, how do you deal with it? How do you hydrate the travel? I hope that gives them a bit of an advantage. And also hope that Mombasa people can rally around them and push them forward.
So South Coast Pirates have been promoted. Another team that has been promoted as well is Masinde Muliro University. So those two teams will be facing off in the final of the championship. That is on the 6th of April, the same day that Wakabi...
Why did I think it was Impala?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's Impala. I beg your pardon. It's Impala. It's Impala, I beg your pardon. I think I was a bit ahead of myself. It is Impala.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking maybe I've gotten it wrong. You never know. Yeah.
Apologies for that. It is Impala. We'll be facing off against the opponent. Of course, they have earned promotion into the Kenya Cup, so that will definitely be interesting. Just for clarity, it is Impala, and their opponents, of course, will be South Coast Pirates. I think I was just thinking about the university side, but interestingly, the two teams will be facing off, and that is for the championship title. Both teams, for clarity, have already earned promotion to the Kenya Cup. So it will be fascinating to see how that pans out. As you said, they should be competing, not just participating. That will be very central for them as well. Now let's focus on